Vicki here. Welcome. I've got a bit of a 15-minute flow for us today. Great to do on its own in the morning or in the afternoon when you just need to move around a little bit. Or in addition to any additional workout you may be doing, like before a run or after a run. Just get a little stretch and movement in there as well too. So let's get started. We're going to start seated on our mats, legs crossed. You can come into lotus if that's comfortable for you. I'm just going to sit in easy pose myself. And then just let your arms come down to the mat. As you inhale, let those arms float up. Hands touch at the top of the inhale. Exhale, the arms float back down. Fingertips touch at the bottom of the exhale. 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, release down. We're doing a little bit of connecting the movement of the body to the movement of the breath here. And one more round. Inhale up. Exhale, release down. All right, we're going to move to hands and knees into tabletop position. So make sure those wrists are centered under your shoulders and knees under the hips, about hip width distance apart here. So once you're set up, we're going to do 3 rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, pull the belly button in, arch the back, drop the head for cat. Exhale, release, belly lift, head for cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. One more. Inhale, up to cat. Exhale, release down to cow. All right, come back to center. And then we're just going to bring that right foot to the back of the mat, stretch that leg out for a moment, and then bring it back under you. Move to the opposite side, stretch that left foot back to the back of the mat, and back under. And then we're going to move those hands forward a little bit, tuck the toes, lift the hips, come into down dog. We're going to just take a moment here to walk the dog a little bit, stretch the legs. And then come up onto those toes, stretch out the feet, and then release those heels down. 2 more times. Lift up, release down. 1 more, lift up, and release down. Come back to tabletop, and then come down onto your belly into space. We're going to stretch out the belly and chest here a little bit. Elbows under shoulders, forearms flat to the mat. Lift the chest, release the shoulder blades back. Exhale, release down, shift those hands under the shoulders, full cobra here. Lengthen out those arms, stretch the belly, release the shoulder blades down the back. And then tuck toes, lift hips, down dog. Full breath here. And then walk those feet forward towards the hands. Hang out in that forward fold for just a moment there. Let those knees be soft or even bend them generously here. Take a hold of opposite elbows. Get a little bit of movement in the upper body, a little bit of ragdoll motion. And then release the elbows, push through the feet to roll all the way up into mountain. When you get there, roll those shoulders back a couple times. And then reach all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, release down. All right, we're going to step our right foot forward, bring the left foot back, finding our warrior 1 here. So we're going to make sure those hips and shoulders are towards the top of the mat. Engage the belly, and then lift those arms as you're ready. Find your warrior 1. My back foot is at about a 45-degree angle. Nice generous bend in the front knee. Release those shoulders down. I like to imagine I'm holding a beach ball above my head. Gives me something to, some sort of vision, a visual. All right, from here we're going to move into warrior 2. So we're going to let those hips open a bit. Bring those arms parallel to the mat. Gaze out over those right fingertips. Core is still engaged here. Now we're going to move into reverse warrior. So I'm going to wrap my left arm Bring my right bicep towards my ear. Lean back into it, side body stretch. Return to warrior two. Float those hands down, frame your foot. And here we're gonna switch feet. So we're gonna let that right foot go back and the left foot come forward. Position my back foot so it's at about a 45-degree angle. And with the inhale, lift up into warrior one. Check that positioning once more. Make sure the hips and shoulders are towards the top of the mat. And lift the gaze as you're ready. If at any point lifting the gaze hurts your neck, keep it neutral. Exhale, move to warrior two. Open those hips, bring the arms parallel. Gaze out over those left fingertips. And then into reverse warrior. Wrap that right arm, left bicep towards the ear. Lean back. Return to warrior two. Float those hands down, frame the foot. Step that left foot back. Find that plank position. And then lower. Pull through to chaturanga or to cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Full breath in down dog. And then bring that right foot forward between your feet, between your hands. And we'll lift into warrior one. We're using the breath and the core to lift to warrior one. Transition to warrior two. This time we're going to come into triangle. So we're going to straighten the front leg, that right leg, and release the right hand inside the right foot. Look up towards that left hand. We don't want to sink into the hand. We want to stay lifted here. Nice long torso. Bend the front knee, lift back to warrior two. Cycle hands down to frame your foot. Turn that back foot and then come back into down dog. And then step that left foot forward. Get your feet positioned and then use that inhale and your core strength to lift up into warrior one. All right, let's move to warrior two. And then find triangle. So we're going to straighten that left leg, release the left hand inside the foot, look up toward that right thumb. Trying to make a long line from fingertip to fingertip here. Opening the chest. Inhale, lift back to warrior two. Release hands down. Step that left foot back, find plank. Exhale down. Inhale, pull through to cobra. Exhale, lift those hips into down dog. Full breath here. And step the right foot forward, lift up warrior one. Transition to warrior two. And now we're going to come into humble warrior. So we're going to clasp those hands behind the back and then bow forward. So we're releasing the crown of the head towards the floor, pulling the shoulder blades together, letting those hands lift up off the back. Working on a bit of shoulder mobility here as well. Release the hands, lift back to warrior two. Cycle hands down, frame your foot. And we're going to switch feet here. So right foot goes back, left foot comes forward. Lift up warrior one. Transition to warrior two. And then we find humble warrior. Clasp those hands, bow forward. Really pull those shoulder blades together. Release the hands, lift back to warrior two. Cycle hands down, frame your foot. Step the foot back, exhale down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Step right foot between hands, lift up warrior one. Transition warrior two. And this time we're going to come into extended warrior. So we're going to let that right arm land on the bent leg and let the left arm come up and over. You can stay right here, release that right hand inside the foot. Whatever feels right for you. Release both hands down, frame your foot, turn those back toes. And then we're going to come into an easy twist. We're going to let that left hand stay down, right hand goes up. Release right hand down. And we're going to train feet here. So step that right foot back. Bring the left foot forward. Rotate the back foot. Find your positioning. Lift to warrior one. Transition to warrior two. And then find extended side angle. Left arm on the bent leg, right arm up and over. Option to release the left hand inside the foot. Bring both hands down, frame your foot, turn those back toes. Right hand stays down, left goes up, easy twist. Release left hand down, step left foot back, exhale chaturanga. Inhale cobra. Exhale down dog. And from here, we're going to let those knees come down and we're going to push back into child's pose. Take a little breath here. And then we're going to lift back up into tabletop. Tuck those toes, down dog. Step right hand between the feet. This time we're going to stay in a low lunge. So you notice my toes are pointed towards the top of the mat. Settle in here for a moment. And from here, we're going to go through a low lunge and high lunge a couple times. We're really using that core strength and working on our balance a bit. So with the inhale, lift the upper body. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Then from here, we're going to come into a bit of a modified warrior three. So I'm going to move my hands forward. I'm going to push my weight into my front right foot here and lift and extend my left leg behind me. Making sure that my left hip is pointed down here. You can keep that right knee soft. I'm going to leave my fingertips on the mat, but if you want to play around with lifting your hands coming into full warrior three, please do so. And then bring hands down, release left toes to the back of the mat. Find that low lunge position once more. Release your left knee to the mat. Lengthen out your right leg. Flex that right foot. Runner stretch here. Let the upper body come down towards the leg. And then bring that leg around, finding tabletop. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips, down dog. And then stepping left foot between the hands, finding that low lunge position. Take a moment there. And then 3 times with the inhale, lift to high lunge. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift, high lunge. Exhale, release, low lunge. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Bring the hands forward a bit. Weight goes into that front left foot. Lift off. Right leg extended behind you. Modified warrior three. Fingertips down. I'm grounding through all four corners of that left foot. And then release, right toes back to the back of the mat, returning back to that low lunge position. Release right knee to the mat, lengthen left leg, flex the foot, lower upper body runner stretch. And come back to that tabletop position. And sit back on your heels, child's pose. Lift back up to tabletop. And once more, we're going to stretch the right foot to the back of the mat. And then go to the left side. Come into a little bit of thread the needle here, work those shoulders just a bit. Right arm up through the hole on the left. Just a moment here, stretch those shoulders. Lift back to center. And opposite way, left arm up through the hole on the right. Shoulder and ear down, stretch the hand out in front of you. Back to center, sit back on those heels for a moment, stretch the quads. And come back a little bit further if that feels good. Come back to center. Take a seat on your mat. We'll close with 3 more rounds of rainbow breath. Bringing those fingertips down to the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Namaste.